Hi, Jacq Hackett here with some thoughts from this week in my world of solo consulting. So this week I received a brief for a new project and I turned it down. And it wasn't because I didn't have the skill set or I didn't have the time, but actually because the brief was very confusing and flawed. And so that actually happens quite a lot as a consultant. You get a brief that isn't very clear and potentially confusing. And so I wanted to give you my thoughts about how I deal with that and also about why I turned the project down. So, because it's very easy to take on a project for the wrong reason. For me, it might be I take on a flawed project because it's a lean time and it doesn't look like there's anything much happening on the horizon, so I'll take something on. For you, if you're new to consulting, it might be because you're really just trying to get your business going, get cash flow, get ones on the board. I understand that. But some projects are really flawed from the start and will continue that way throughout. So this project was one of those. So I talked with the potential client about the brief and their expectations, and it didn't get any clearer, I have to say. And so it was, they weren't very sure what they wanted. They had very unrealistic expectations. They had the outputs they wanted were quite ambitious. They had very short time frames. All in all, I didn't have a lot of confidence that it was going to be a good project after I talked to the client, and so I turned it down. So I just want to encourage you to think about doing that too if you get a project brief and after you've talked to the client it hasn't got much better. Because, as I said, you can take projects on for the wrong reason. Also, if you're a new consultant, those kind of projects are really hard to scope with any accuracy, and you may well end up doing more consulting days than you've quoted for, and new consultants are less confident about renegotiating their time and costs. So it's going to be a very unsatisfactory process for you and potentially for the client as well. And I encourage you to recognize a lemon when you see it and turn those projects down. And that will also free you up to take on that next really good and interesting project that is going to be just around the corner.